Hey folks, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to share my process of working from a portrait taken by EarthsWorld on Instagram, and I'll put a link in the description. And I'm basically going to be turning this character into Cyclops from the X-Men. So this is a really neat way of exploring two different concepts. Instead of drawing Cyclops the way all our other artists have drawn Cyclops, I've decided to go ahead and fuse portrait studies with superheroes, just to go ahead and get out of my own comfort zone and to do something a little bit fun. But the heart and soul of what I'm going to talk about today is a phrase that I've heard from many students over many a year. And it's something that I personally have not uttered myself, but it's something that I hear quite a bit. And it's a very crippling phrase. And that phrase is, I'm a perfectionist. And I'll tell you what I think of that phrase and what I think of that word perfection and the word that I use to substitute perfection to help me advance as an artist. So why do I not like the word or phrase, I'm a perfectionist? Well, first of all, it puts a lot of pressure on the artist to create something that is going to be considered important or of value. And it really can inhibit or cripple an artist from taking chances. It's something that I find to be holding an artist to a very unattainable standard, especially if they're just starting out. You have to give yourself an opportunity to fall down, to fail, to experiment, to try new things, and just see what happens. This is the process of being an artist. You might feel a little bit discouraged or a little bit of a sense of envy when you look at professional artists and their work on Instagram. And to that, I would say, you're just seeing what they want to show you. You don't know what their false starts are. And maybe some of them have practiced for so long that they make fewer mistakes than someone who's starting out. But believe me, they do make mistakes, and it is part of the process. And that's one of the reasons why I really enjoy looking at art of books or seeing the process behind a piece as it comes together, because you can really learn about the artist's thought process and see their false starts. It kind of allows us to, I guess, have more of a sense of relatability to an artist, because the great artists also fail, but they also stick with it. So I don't like that term, I'm a perfectionist, because it can be crippling. It can also be a tool to procrastinate or to make excuses. So when someone says that they are a perfectionist, they almost give themselves an out to not producing anything of substance. They're not creating. They're just toying that little phrase around in the hopes that the phrase itself will act as a buffer from any kind of commitment that they should be making to develop their craft. So when I hear students say this, or when I hear other artists say this, I have to do a little bit of an eye roll. But I also have to explain that the goal here is not perfectionism. Every artist has mistakes. Every artist has flaws within their work, maybe in their personality, or maybe both. And that's perfectly normal. It's part of the learning and growing process as an artist. You have to fail to kind of move forward. And I think that if we don't give ourselves that chance, and if we just hold ourselves to an unattainable standard, I think we're setting ourselves up for some massive disappointment. The word that I like to use in place of perfectionist is a practitioner. The phrase, I'm a practitioner, is something that I feel has a lot more balance to it, and it's helping people understand that you are working towards some type of a goal, and you're giving yourself the ability to fail, to experiment, and to try again. So instead of saying, I'm a perfectionist, I think a more empowering statement might be, I'm a practitioner. because as a practitioner, everyone's a practitioner, right? The new artist that's just starting out is a practitioner. A master that's been working for decades is a practitioner. The artists that are at the top of the game, they don't consider themselves usually to be the best of the best. I think once we start thinking those things, we just really stop our learning process. So consider yourself to be a practitioner. I'm a practitioner. Do I get everything right? No, I make a ton of mistakes, and that's perfectly normal. So, don't beat yourself up over this idea of being an artist. It is a learning process, it is a journey, and part of the fun is to see how you grow over the years. Now, if you find value in this type of video, let me know in the comments below. If there's a topic that you'd like me to cover, please share that as well. I appreciate each and every one of you watching this video, and I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel for some additional content. Let me know what irks you as an artist, or what are topics that are important for you, and I'll do my best to try to address those. As always, thanks for watching. You'll see the reveal here in a few seconds, and I wish you a great day and a great week. See you soon.